at 3 today.
Okay, today we're gonna meet them at 3. Okay, so the result
We'll
will.
give you update. It will be the
Okay.
update on next Tuesday, right?
Okay, the update will be on September 24th, yeah. And then from the market,
Yes.
okay, I will continue, yeah. From the market building, here's from G. Suggestion to put Trisna on the MB based in Penida to accumulate. Do you have any update mo? Trisna, is Trisna there?
What?
Trisna.
When yesterday?
What? Sorry mo, I can't hear
Yes,
you
he went
clearly.
yesterday.
Oh, but he's not joining the meeting.
Trisna udah balik kemarin.
Hello?
Oh, coming back. Oh, coming back yesterday. Oh, I see. Uh, is there any update about
Yes.
how Trishna lead MB there?
Yeah, you use like 7
Kemarin cuma kan passing aja.
Oh,
Belum.
canvassing.
Canvassing.
Jadi
Okay.
kayak survei gitu aja gitu loh.
Almost.
Okay. So, yeah, will there be any update or follow up about these things? Or since Jing not here, I think we will discuss it. We will table it here and discuss it on the next thing up, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. Let's move. Okay. Here is from Dominic. Where is Dominic? Dominic, I think still on the squad one thing up. But here yesterday I had a discussion with Dominic about the welcome message. So how there's an idea from Dominic, how if we put like check-in procedure info on the welcome message, so it will reduce the duties of the HAR itself, because it has been applied on Jogja, and then based on Dominic experiment, the guests give their ETA right after the reservation made. How is it? Dominic still on the squad 1 OKR signal. Anyone has discussion about this? Yeah, if we can see there is a check-in procedure. That's the thing that Dominic proposed to also put on the welcome message on Nusa Penida. So the purpose is to make the air support duties easier, because the guests will updating their ETA right after the message is sent. Yes, Mo, please. Yes, Mo, please.
Since we don't have a phone, like I think we need to think of like what kind of work there.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. Anyone has any discussion about this? Any other opinion? Dista?
Actually, I do agree with Dom opinion, because It's make us easier to know when the guest is coming before the message is sent first. What do you think?
Okay. Well, from my side, maybe could be a great idea, but most of the Penida's guests is booked for the advance. So yeah, there are still some of them that hasn't known about their exactly time.
Arrival time.
Hmm. Yes, Jing. Yes, please say
Hi,
hi.
sorry, I'm wrapped in a bunch of different meetings right now, so I apologize I can't be here. I just saw this message to, I don't know what her name was, but it's the girl with the long hair. It's really funny because the most crucial question we didn't answer in the welcome message.
Wait. Which
Oh,
one?
it's that top one. Yeah, it's the top. No, the one above.
Probably it's answered, but it's get cut by the screenshot.
Oh, what I mean is this. So the welcome message is designed to actually reduce the amount of engagements with a guest, right? By providing them all the information they need to know.
Yep.
But the problem is you can already see it doesn't do that because they still have to ask, how do I get the key?
Oh, how could we?
Right?
Oh yeah.
So I think ultimately, I would actually prefer this. Maybe the welcome message can start with an MVP. Start it with just a very simple, here's the address, here's how to get the keys. And everyone's like, great, thank you, I'm all set. And they don't write back again. That means that's a great welcome message. But if the welcome message involves more engagements afterwards, then I think it's up to, we need a project champion for this. So we need, let's say, Dominic, to say, I intend to reduce the amount of work that air support has to do in following up after the welcome message. If there is a lot of follow-up work needed after the welcome message, that means the welcome message didn't do very much, right? It means it's not really suitable. But if the welcome message is perfect, then it should be, we never heard from the guest until they checked out and said everything was great. Then that would be, I guess, the perfect dialogue. It just goes welcome message, and then thanks, I left the keys here. I'm going to leave you a great review. That would be a perfect welcome message. Just welcome message and then review. Everything's great. If there's welcome message, lots of dialogue, lots of phone calls in between, it means the welcome message didn't really work. And it needs to be adapted to be more specific. This particular case, I think we can just change the welcome message to find your keys here, or here's how you can get your keys. And that should go on all subsequent welcome messages for Utada, because that's a common guest question.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Dominic is here. No.
Dominic is synced up with spot one.
Oh, still sing up.
That's the issue.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Maybe.
it is a good idea, and I think we have two metrics to check it. The first metric is, I looked at the bit.ly for Jogjakarta, Jogja Attraction. I don't see anybody clicking on that. So the first is, are anybody clicking on the links to your welcome message? Are they being utilized? If nobody's clicking on it, that means it's not being utilized. And part of the reason could be when you share it bit.ly, they can't just tap on it and go to the link. They have to copy it, paste it, open a browser, and then go to it. So what my thinking is, maybe that is not the best delivery point for a bit.ly. So then why put it in? Why put it in if nobody's clicking on it? So that removed. The next part is, what should we include that we have not included? Where to get the key? Because if the guest still has to ask us where the key is, then the welcome message has not done its job. We still have to engage and tell them where the key is. The GPS in that part, maybe or maybe not is that vital. because if you use the Airbnb app, you'll know that when you show up, you just press directions and it will open automatically the location
Yeah.
of that particular place. So why are we including that? That's not very helpful, right? The app already takes care of that. So then the only thing you really need to put is maybe like expectations of how to contact you, quickly, maybe a phone number, or if the phone number goes to a general support, just that kind of stuff is good for contextual information. Hey, by the way, my hours are from this hour to this hour. So if you do arrive past that, do know, please call this number or whatever it is, right? So that could be maybe the only really important information to send over. I think, how many of you have actually been on a trip on Airbnb recently?
How many? I'm not sure.
Nobody, yeah?
Yeah. No, I think no.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so in order to understand the guest journey, I think it's valuable that we become the guest from time to time and also go through that. And if you become the guest, you'll know where the moments of truth are. You'll know, oh, okay, all right, this is way too much information. I'm not going to click on any of this at the time of booking, right? That's great. I've already booked my place, but I'm already thinking about something else at the moment.
Okay.
So like when you buy a plane ticket, do you go and click on like the brochure of, oh, when you go to this new place, please check out all the different kinds of attractions you can go to? That's probably not the point in time where you actually want to have that information. Where you want to have that information might be right after you check in, right? Right after you check in, you're comfortable, you already know where you are, then that would be the best time to deliver, hey, now that you're checked in and comfortable, do you want to know where all the cool places to hang out are? Yeah, that'd be great. So I think the timing of the welcome message and the timing of the messaging now can be more deliberately thought over, and also the utility of it can be too. Okay, anyways, that's all I have to say.
Okay, sir. But actually here, Dominic gives her idea about how if we also put the check-in procedure on the squad for welcome message, like that.
I think that could be a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, but from the check-in procedure itself in Nusa Penida, maybe we could put the information about the early check-in. About the early check-in, because there will
because that's a common question, right? People say, hey, what if I show up early?
Yeah. So I will make this to be in the MPP and see about how the improvement, about the changes after we modified squad for welcome message. So I will put motion. I move that put the early check-in information on the welcome message on Nusa Penida's welcome message. Anyone second the motion?
Second the motion.
Okay, second by Mas Rizal. Any discussion about this?
I couldn't even hear it.
Check.
Check.
Could we write down the motion?
Okay. Mr. Secretary, would you please help to write down the motion? So I move that to put early check-in information on the Nusa Penida's property, Nusa Penida's welcome message. MVP. Yeah, anyone who second this motion? Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, second by actually has been second by Mas Rizal. Okay, any discussion on this? Okay, no. So, Mok, yes, please, Mok.
Asika, based on your experience, how percentage-wise, how many people in a day that people want to check in early?
Uh, almost 20, almost 50%.
Yeah, almost.
Almost 50% of the guests do the early check-in, but they usually drop the baggage first, and then they go tour or strolling around the island. No.
Salah aku gitu.
Bisa jajan sama aja nggak? Soalnya sama aja. Oke, thank you. Tergantung.
Okay. Sorry, a little bit crowded here. Sorry, we are late. Okay. Okay, Mo. Have you hear my answer before? I will repeat it my answer, yeah. So today it's basically almost all the guests do the early check-in, like drop their baggage first on the property. So I think it will be necessary if we put the information about the early check-in. Any discussion? Any other discussion?
Nope.
Okay, and then anyone who is in favor to put the early check-in information on Nusa Penida's welcome message, please raise your hand.
Apa nih?
Yang Nusa Penida. Okay, anyone against the motion, please raise your hand. Okay, motion pass. So I will put this on the Nusa Penida welcome message, and then Dista, I nominate you to help me to put the early check-in welcome message. Yeah. Okay. So Mr. Secretary, please put the topic on the old business, and then mention Dista and Cynthia will help to put the early check-in information on the Nusa Penida welcome message. Okay, we're gonna move to the new business for the leadership from Jing, chapter KPI, and then also the Songchang revenue monitor. Okay, Jing, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll go ahead and start wrapping. So, just a heads up, guys. Currently, for this month, I'm working mostly on university relations and HR stuff. So today, there's another talk just down the street with another. So I really need help with the leadership parts, and I really admire how people have been actually using the proxy system. So thank you, Cynthia, and thank you, Wayana, for carrying on in my stead. This is good. After this talk, I think I'm a little bit more free in the next few weeks, so I'll get more into the cycle of coming into the Squad 4 sync-ups. The other problem right now is Squad 1, 10-staff squad, they keep on moving, Squad 1 keeps on moving its sync-up, so it's all over the place, and it sort of jumps on top of Squad 4 sync-ups now too as well. So anyhow, no excuses, but anyhow, that's the update on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the BB stats and see where we are so far. Does anybody need any help with their OKRs or setting the squad OKR for this month? If you do, please raise your hand right now. Okay, yes, Cynthia.
Yep, I need the, but this is out of the topic probably, but I need a discussion about the OKR from my project.
Okay, great. All right, let's have that discussion today. Yeah,
Okay.
It's already a little bit, it's already past the third week of the month almost.
Yeah.
Over to Wayana. What about you? Did you raise your hand too as well? Yeah.
I think we have this month we have like personal project, but I think we need to sync it up with the OKR with the squad project.
Okay.
OKR.
Right. All right, let me do this then, Cynthia. Cynthia, by the way, I'm sending Chandra Dewi over to reinforce you guys, right?
Yeah.
And Rizal and Devanda will be coming up to Bali soon, and Gani will be going back. Gani's going back on the 20th. Chandra's going over to Jogja from Bali on the 23rd. And I'm buying your tickets for Rizal and Devanda. You guys are going to come over on Tuesday, yeah? So there's going to be some mixing and flowing along. So, okay, in relation to the OKRs, yeah, let's get them set. Yeah, it's already pretty late in the month. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our key KPIs for the month, and let's see where we are. So for squad 4, am I reading this right? Like nobody has participated in the community survey yet? Is that correct? Over to Wayana and Gani.
Sir, we cannot see your share screen.
Oh,
It is
okay.
still loading.
Oh, it is. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you over there in Jogja. So what it shows right now is it shows 100% non-participation for owner surveys. Is that seem correct to anybody? No?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah? Okay, so there's a bit of lag. Okay, looks like there's a bit of delay on the screen transfer here. Cynthia, do you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys can see the screen, but Anita can't. All right, let's move on to the next metric then. Let's go on reservations. Okay, so for reservations on squad 4, looking pretty good actually. Looking really tight. So we went from 25% on the second week of August on inquiry conversion rate to 36%, and then to 16%, then to 23%, and now at 40%. That's pretty incredible. That's a record. So yay! Let's go for that. Yeah. Okay, 40% of our inquiries are converted on squad 4. Let's go ahead and take a look at the request conversion rate. It started out at 46% request conversion, then to 53, then to 66, then to 60%, but sadly this week it's gone to 35. So this is a little bit interesting, I'll note, to Cynthia and Dista. So what seems to be happening is when we get lower number of inquiries, we get higher conversion rates. And we get lower number of requests, we get higher conversion rates. But when we get more requests, our conversion rates start falling. So what I think that is that we have leaks. Essentially, that tells me that like there's certain properties that we do really well on, and we do really well when those properties are active. But there's certain other properties when let's say when more fish hit the net, then that's when we start having a lot of leaks and we lose a lot of conversion. So that's my hypothesis for why the conversions are diminishing when we get more requests as well. Okay, so from front to back, we've actually gotten a little bit worse, from 46 to 35 on request conversion, but we did pretty well in the middle part at 66 and 60% conversion. For inquiry conversion rate, we've done very well, from 25 to 40%. So that's generally a trending up. Let's take a look at our hospitality scores. So the hospitality scores look like this. On the second week of August, we did very well in squad 4. We're at a 4.17 so below the SLA for below 5%, which is good. Here we're above 5%, we're at 8.9, which is not good. Here we're almost double the SLA, 11%, and here we're almost double. And so far, starting out in September, we're good. We're at SLA compliance. So it looks like in terms of hospitality, this goes out to Wayana and Gani, since you guys are over there. It would be really good to understand where the shortfalls are happening and why we're getting negative amounts of reviews in terms of hospitality, and trying to reduce that number, which is double what it should be. In fact, it's actually quite disturbing because it's actually more than any other squad at the moment. It's even more than, oh my God, look at squad 1, so it's at 100% now. So currently, I would say it's the, in terms of all of the squad, it's the one that's performing in the least positive aspect. So definitely time to look at that a little bit more. Okay, let's go ahead and take a quick look. We're aiming for a 35% review response rate. We discussed this yesterday at the hospitality chapter sync up, and let's see how close we get to that. So 48 divided by 159, that is 28%. So we're below a 35% response rate. And let's look at the next week. It's 59 reviews over 165 bookings. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and divide that over 165 times 100. So that's just on target. That's a 35% review response rate on the August 25th to September 5th increment. And then let's go to the next week. The next week is 52 over 161. That's just slightly below the review response rate. And then most recently, we are at 43 divided by 190, and that's a 22% response rate. So that's also a bit below. So we did well on the second column here, and we've gotten lower than expected review response rates for the other weeks. Okay, let's take a look at content and see how content's doing. So content is supposed to be above a 70% score. So let's take a look. Overall content with all the squads is at 83, 85, 86, 86, and 86. Let's take a look at squad 4. Squad 4 is doing actually a little bit lower than overall, but still very good above the SLAs. We're doing at 80%, 82, 82, 84, and okay. The most recent SLA, the most recent week is a little bit low. It's getting very close to the SLA limit at 70%. It's at 77. Okay, so that is pretty much the conclusion of the SLA wrap up. Oh, let's take a look at market building, see how much new product we brought into as well. So on market building in the past 3 months, let's see, for Wayana, she's brought in Picaria and also Buyukpila. Labami is the winner in July, and in August, nothing yet for Nusa Penida, actually. So actually nothing in Nusa Penida since June. So time to really develop the market building funnel, I think, in Nusa Penida. All right, Songchang is the last one we're gonna take a look at. So let's take a look at the revenue at Songchang. And Songchang should be doing better now. We'll take a look and see what it's doing at. Good, Songchang is progressing along. So the revenue went from $24 the first month to $1,200 to $1,500, and the month isn't finished yet with 10 more days left. Okay, that's pretty much it. Back to you, Chair.
Okay, thank you, Jing, for your explanation. So,
Oh, I forgot.
Yes.
The most important one, the stretch target for our
yes.
our goal. Yeah, sorry. So we need to take a look at our own squad's goal and see how close we are to the stretch target. So let's take a look. 48. Oh, okay. So the target is at 50. We'll probably reach 50, I hope.
Hopefully.
And hopefully we can get to 55. Let's take a look at our weekly sales to make sure that we're not hallucinating. So if we're at 48 right now, then we should get about 2,000 a week to be able to reach our target. And yes, it looks very achievable. So far this month, we've gotten 6,000 the first week, 6,800, 6.6 the first week, 6.8 the second week, 4.4 the third week. And if we just do half of that, then we should be able to hit our target. If we want to hit our stretch target, we need to get about the same, I guess, as the first week, which once again we know that's not very likely because we are heading into low season and there's diminishing availability. Okay, all right, back to you, Chair.
Okay, thank you, sir. And then, so before I join the meeting, I have an announcement for tomorrow. I think I will be at the base late. I think I will coming at noon at 12 p.m. Yeah, anyone has announcement?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay, then before I join the meeting, we should look for the next chart person. Yeah. Okay, the next chart person, it will be, Jing, it will still be you, yeah?
Yeah, okay, so it's Tuesday,
Yeah.
10 o'clock.
Okay, and then the
Okay.
secretary OPKRS, it will be me. And then from the engineer would be Jing. Jing, would you please be the engineer or I think with
Sure, I can be the engineer. I want to show you something, guys, as well. Yeah, sure. Okay, great.
Okay. Okay, then it will be Jing and the next Tuesday. Okay.
Okay.
So I adjourn this meeting.
Oh, wait, Mr. Chair. I just remembered
okay,
something.
sorry, okay.
I want to share something. So this is a new innovation. You know all our meetings now?
Mm-hmm.
So I've created like much more attractive. This was Rizal's project to create nice little video covers for all the meetings now. So they're a bit more easy to track and they're a bit more easy to digest. So the Squad 4 sync ups are all labeled here. And this is a new best practice, I think, in terms of the engineers' perspective. So definitely give your thing a label cover so that'll be easier to identify and also easier to appreciate. I know Gani and Wyatt are like, what are we looking at, right? So if you go on YouTube, you can see an index of all the previous meetings now, and they have.
Yes.
Oh, you do see it? Okay, all right, got it. You guys look confused. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, that's all there, from sync ups to digital marketing to all these other aspects. So this will hopefully make it a little bit easier to track our meetings and also get followers and fans to our great stuff.
Yeah,
Who's
easier
recording
to
this meeting, by the way?
identify.
Cool. Mas Rizal did that.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, all right, Rizal, you know what to do, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, fantastic.
Okay, so I move that to adjourn this meeting. Anyone second that? Okay, second that. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Don't forget to have
All right.
lunch, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, hey,
Bye.
Yanni, Wayana, let me speak to you guys for a second. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Fantastic.
Kan teman ganti sama Wayana.
Iya.
Lah
Ya.
kamu gak
Ya.
kamu
Ya. Ya, ya.
Stop.